Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi, I'm Speeder. Okay, so, welcome back. Today's video, I will be ranking all 8 Harry Potter movies. As the last video I did with Keeper of the Books channel was all 7 Harry Potter books. This is kind of a sequel to that. This is a redone version of this, because the original was accidentally deleted by my mother on accident. It was on a mistake, right? So I have to redo the Depths playthrough except for episode 1. This video, the Sokeef book talk on Keep It Books, and the first episodes of The Residence on Keep It the Game. So it's mostly Keep It the Games that's affected by this, but there's also this video and one video for Keep It the Books, which I'm probably going to film right after this one. This is my second take of this today because I accidentally said my sister's name, who, by the way, is right up there. So if you hear random noises in the background, that's her. Yeah, I accidentally said her name last time, so I had to restart. Anyways, yeah. I find that this list of movies is very drastically different from my ranking of the books, because my favorite book is actually my least favorite movie. Because I loved the book, but I feel like they completely botched the movie. But anyways, let's just get started with this. Also, by the way, I am in quarantine. Me and my sister both have COVID. I think she has it worse than me. I had it pretty bad, not really bad, but like I had it decently bad the first like few days, sort of. Not really. I don't know. I didn't really get about it all. But it was worse like the first like few days. Now it's mostly fine. Yeah, quarantine on the 30th. But anyways, yeah, let's get started. So, I have written these down, and all 8. First of all, at number 8, we have Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the movie. In other words, number 5. So, this is my favorite book in Harry Potter. I love book 5. It is glorious, it is beautiful, I love it. But the movie, I just highly dislike the movie. I feel like they completely botched it. Umbridge wasn't nearly as threatening as she is in the books, in the movies. Like, in the books, she's like, I hate her so much more in the books than I hate her in the movies. Like, you hate her in the movies, but the books, so much worse. Maybe not so much worse, but she's worse in the books. Also, the biggest thing that bothers me about this movie is the Department of Mysteries battle. That could have been done so much better. Why did you have to fly around in pillars of light and in wisps of black smoke? No, that is not at all what happened. That never happened. It never will. It's just no. I'm sorry, but there was too much going on. I think the best parts of this movie, though, are the Voldemort and Dumbledore duel at the end of the Department of Mysteries battle, and the way they did Sirius's death, plus the DA. The DA? Yeah. That's also some of my favorite parts of the book. I adore the Department of Mysteries battle. Plus the DA, I found super interesting. I found it really cool. You know, I don't know what it is. I love Harry Potter Book 5. Order of the Phoenix is amazing. But they botched the movie, I think. So yeah, that is my take on number 8. Movie number 5. Alright, at number 7, we have the Goblet of Fire movie. In other words, movie number 4. This one was slightly better than Order of the Phoenix movie. However, it still had a lot of things that I think they completely botched. First of all, the third task in the, Oh, by the way, did I mention that this video will contain spoilers for all 7 Harry Potter books and all the 8 Harry Potter movies? But not Cursed Child, because I haven't actually seen the play or finished reading the script or anything. I don't know. I've read half of it. Half of the script. But anyways. But yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. If it hasn't already become very clear. But anyways, yeah. So they completely butchered the third task. I did not like the way they did the maze. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? They left out the Sphinx, which was a crime. Like, I'm sorry, but the Sphinx was brilliant. I feel like, honestly, they kind of... I think they focused... What did they focus on? Oh my gosh. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I think it was like kind of a jumbled mess overall. Because it's a pretty big book. It's not as big as like book 5, but it's a pretty decently sized book. And so they didn't really have enough screen time to like put everything in a good way. But they had to put most of it in. Like at least enough so that it actually kind of makes sense. And I don't know. I feel like it felt kind of rushed in a lot of places. I think that they did the first task very well. So here's things that I actually liked about the movie. I think the first task was done very well. The Voldemort-Harry Potter duel at the end, I think that was done very well. I think Rita Skeeter was, she could have been more annoying, but she was annoying enough. I hate that. I hate her so much. Anyways, she's not as bad as Umbridge or Voldemort or anyone, but she's very, very annoying. Especially to Hermione. Like, I feel very bad for Hermione in book 4. But anyways, I feel like they made the entrance of... I'm so sorry if I mispronounce this. I can't even say it. Like, Beauxbatons or something. I don't even know. And Durmstrang. Yeah. I feel like they way over-exaggerated their entrance. Like, they got the initial entrance in right, but like when they come into the Great Hall, no. They don't put on a whole freaking dance number. I'm sorry, that never happened. Sort of, yeah. It's just like, you way over-exaggerated that. You could have kept that out of the film and given me a Sphinx. And I would have been very much more happy with that. I don't know. So those are the main two I actually have, like, real problems with, mostly. Obviously I have problems with all of them, just because, you know, I have problems with all movies, even if they're very minor. Well, most movies. I have problems with most of these, if not all. But, yeah. Those are the two I have the most problem with. Anyways, let's move on to number 6 on the list, which is movie number 1, The Sorcerer's Stone or The Philosopher's Stone, depending on where you live. Okay, so I think that this is probably one of the most book-accurate movies, but if I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a gigantic fan of The Sorcerer's Stone in general. It's just never been one that I've really liked. And so I think it was very book accurate and that was great. But also, they were book accurate on the wrong film, because this is For some people, I know a lot of people really like this book, but I have never been a huge fan of the Sorcerer's Stone. I've always liked the later books much more, especially like once you get to book 4 and onwards. I've always liked those ones more than the first 3. But I don't know, the first book just always, and the first movie, it always just bore me. I'm just like, okay, having a marathon, watching the first one, please go to the next ones. I'm done with these first 3. I've seen the first 3 movies so many times, it is insane. Because I wasn't allowed to watch the other ones until more recently. And now I've seen all of them through once. I still have yet to watch any of the ones past number 3 more than once, but I don't know, number 1 just got so annoying after that long. I still love number 2 and number 3 with the movies, but well, mostly, especially number 3, but I don't know. Number 1 just kind of bored me now. It's one of the 2 that I think actually kind of bores me, rather than me actually disliking it. And speaking of the other one that bores me, let's move on to number 5, which is number 7. This one doesn't fully bore me. Okay, this is Deathly Hallows Part 1. A few things that I really like, that I really kind of dislike about this one. The main emphasis of the film is them camping, which I know is like a big emphasis in like the first half of Deathly Hallows, but still, there was so much camping. I love camping, but like there was so much camping in a movie. Also, I could barely tell what was going on in the scene where Harry and Hermione go to Witch's house in Godric's Hollow, and Nagini is there and everything. I don't even remember her name, which it's been a bit, but I barely even realized what was going on, like, at all, in truth, so that was a bit confusing. So yeah, the camping and that scene are the things I kind of dislike about the film. But Dobby's death was done very well in this film, as well as the whole Malfoy Manor section, and the beginning. I love the beginning and the end of this film a lot more than I love the middle, because the middle is mostly them camping and more camping, and then Ron getting mad, and then they're doing more camping, and then Ron's getting mad again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to number 4, which is movie number 2, The Chamber of Secrets. This, for a long time, was my favorite Harry Potter movie. I've now much more grown to appreciate Prisoner of Azkaban, but Chamber of Secrets, let's see, let's start with things I more dislike about it, which, oh yeah, there's not really anything I really dislike about this film. I could probably put it higher, except for the fact that I just enjoy it less than, like, the story in general. I enjoy it slightly less than the 3 above it. So that's the main reason why it's down this low on the list, is just personal enjoyment. I love the basilisk scene and young Tom Riddle, and pretty much the entire film. I love the story of this film. I just enjoyed the other 3 a little bit more than this one. That's all I really have to say on Chamber of Secrets. So let's go to the top 3. First of all, at number 3, we have movie number 6, The Half-Blood Prince. I love this film, and I love the book. Honestly, the main thing that bothered me about this one is the way they did Harry and Ginny's relationship in this film. Y'all butchered it so much. Like, why did you have to make it that bad? Like, I'm sorry. Harry and Ginny were so much better in the books. I loved them in the books. I ship Harry and Ginny and Harry and Hermione, so yeah, but that makes me mad every single time that they completely butchered that. He could have done so much better. So much better. But I don't know. The rest of the film, I quite enjoyed, actually. I thought it was really funny. I very much enjoyed the story. And I think it still did have a slightly darker undertone. Oh, one part I do love about this movie is how they did Dumbledore's death. And also the scene where they go for the Horcrux in the cave. I loved those scenes. For a second, I forgot that those were in this movie. But I adore these scenes. They were beautifully done. I love them. Also, Tom Felton's acting in this film was superb. Just saying. Anyways, let's go to number 2, which is movie number 8, Deathly Hallows Part 2. The main reason that this one is at number 2 is because it is the only one that I got up and I started pacing around the room because I was so excited for the final battle. It is the only movie in Harry Potter, or almost ever, that has ever made me do that. I was so excited to see the battle, and honestly, it was pretty well done, honestly. I don't know, I loved the final battle, the Battle of Hogwarts. I love them going back to Hogwarts. They're hunting for Horcruxes. I don't remember if the Gringotts scene is in Deathly Hallows Part 1 or 2. I think it's in Deathly Hallows Part 2, though. And yeah, it's in Deathly Hallows Part 2. I loved the Gringotts scene in both the book and the movie. I adore that. It is beautiful. It is very much well done. Yeah, that's all I really have to say on number 8. So let's go on to number 1, my favorite Harry Potter movie, which is surprising because it's pretty low down on my list of books, which is The Prisoner of Azkaban. This is one of the 3 most book accurates out of the movies. The first 3 are the most book accurate. And I think it is my favorite out of the 3 book accurate. And so the combination with me loving the storyline, Sirius Black is amazing, and so is Lupin. Change my mind. You can't. Anyways, I love the storyline, I love the characters, I love the acting. They did really well with the acting. The pacing, I think, was done pretty well. And it was book accurate. So that's like everything I could ask for from a Harry Potter film. And it was given. So, yeah. That's that. Anyways, that's my list. Quick run through. Number 8 is movie number 5, The Order of the Phoenix. Number 7 is book 4, The Goblet of Fire. Movie 4, The Goblet of Fire. Number 6 is The Sorcerer's Stone. Number 5, goodness, I can't speak today, or any day, is The Deathly Hallows Part 1. Number 4 is The Chamber of Secrets. Number 3 is The Half-Blood Prince. Number 2 is The Deathly Hallows Part 2. And number 1 is The Prisoner of Azkaban. So that is my list for ranking all 8 Harry Potter movies. And that is all for today. See you guys next time. Bye.